Is a nearby supernova about to disrupt life on Earth? Elon Musk thinks so. The stars have always fascinated us, glowing giants scattered across the cosmos, each with its own life story. But today, one of those stars has become the subject of alarming headlines and speculative buzz, all thanks to a bold statement made by Elon Musk. According to the tech mogul, the massive red supergiant Betelgeuse could explode into a supernova within weeks, and when it does, he warns, it might not just be a beautiful spectacle in the night sky. It could also send a wave of radiation toward Earth, potentially disrupting life as we know it, especially in places like New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. To many, the idea of a star light years away affecting daily life on Earth sounds far-fetched. But when Elon Musk speaks, the world tends to listen and speculate. Musk, no stranger to stirring controversy or delivering headline-grabbing predictions, has previously warned about everything from artificial intelligence surpassing human intelligence to the colonization of Mars being essential for our survival. So, when he points to a distant star and says, "This is going to explode, and it might affect Earth," it raises eyebrows and important scientific questions. Betelgeuse is a star that's impossible to ignore. It sits prominently on the shoulder of the Orion constellation, glowing with a reddish hue visible even to the naked eye. It's one of the largest and most luminous stars in our galactic neighborhood, estimated to be 700 to 1,000 times the diameter of our Sun. If Betelgeuse were placed in the center of our solar system, it would extend past the orbit of Jupiter. But what makes Betelgeuse even more fascinating, and potentially dangerous, is that it's a red supergiant nearing the end of its life. Stars like Betelgeuse don't live forever. Their immense size comes at a cost. They burn through their nuclear fuel at an accelerated rate. Once a star of this magnitude exhausts its supply of hydrogen, it begins fusing heavier elements until iron forms in its core. At that point, fusion can no longer support the star's immense gravity, and it collapses in on itself in a fraction of a second. The result? A spectacular and violent explosion known as a supernova. The scientific community has long speculated that Betelgeuse is a supernova candidate, and perhaps even due for one soon, on a cosmic scale, which could still mean tens of thousands of years. However, in late 2019 and early 2020, Betelgeuse exhibited behavior that was nothing short of puzzling. It dimmed significantly, losing up to 40% of its brightness over several weeks. Astronomers and stargazers alike took notice. Was this the prelude to a supernova? Speculation soared. Some even suggested that we might witness a supernova event in our lifetime, an extremely rare opportunity. Eventually, researchers concluded that the dimming was likely caused by a massive ejection of material from Betelgeuse, which cooled and condensed into a dust cloud, temporarily blocking some of its light. But even that event served as a sobering reminder. This star is unstable. It is active. And it is dying. Now, Elon Musk's prediction has thrust Betelgeuse back into the spotlight. According to Musk, a supernova could happen within the next 2 weeks, a time frame much shorter than any scientific forecast. He also warns that the aftermath may not be as harmless as many assume. Specifically, Musk claims that when Betelgeuse explodes, it could send a burst of gamma rays and cosmic radiation toward Earth. Depending on its trajectory and strength, this radiation could affect our planet's atmosphere, disturb satellite operations, and even disrupt power grids, particularly in densely populated areas on the east coast of the United States. Naturally, such statements demand scrutiny. Is there any real danger from a supernova 640 light-years away? What do scientists say? Theoretical physicist Michio Kaku has commented on the situation, balancing curiosity with caution. He agrees that Betelgeuse is indeed a ticking time bomb in the night sky and that it could go supernova, but the chances of that happening within weeks, he argues, are slim. He adds that Earth is far enough from Betelgeuse to avoid most of the destructive energy. Still, he acknowledges that if a gamma-ray burst were to be pointed directly at Earth, it could have consequences. The odds of that are extremely low, but not zero. Gamma-ray bursts, or GRBs, are among the most powerful energy events in the universe. Some are associated with supernovae. If Earth were in the direct path of such a beam, and again, this is very unlikely, it could strip away part of our ozone layer, exposing the surface to harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. Over time, this could affect ecosystems, increase cancer rates, and impact climate. However, in Betelgeuse's case, most models suggest that its rotational axis does not point toward Earth. Therefore, any gamma-ray burst that accompanies its supernova would likely be directed elsewhere in the galaxy. The much more probable scenario is that we'll witness an awe-inspiring event, not a dangerous one. When Betelgeuse explodes, it could become as bright as the full moon, visible during daylight, and dominate the night sky for weeks. It would be the brightest supernova observed in centuries, and the first seen this close with modern instruments. The last time humanity witnessed such a cosmic spectacle was in 1604, when Johannes Kepler recorded a supernova visible to the naked eye for nearly a year. Before that, Chinese astronomers in 1054 recorded a stellar explosion that left behind what we now call the Crab Nebula. These events captivated and puzzled people of their time. But in the 21st century, a Betelgeuse supernova would be studied from every angle, by ground-based telescopes, space observatories, and even radio arrays. It would offer scientists a treasure trove of data on stellar death, nucleosynthesis, how elements like gold and uranium are formed, and shockwave dynamics. It would allow us to observe, in real time, the process by which heavy elements are scattered into space, the very ingredients for planets, atmospheres, and even life itself. And yet, Musk's warnings bring up a critical point. Our increasing reliance on technology has made our civilization more vulnerable to space events than ever before. We rely on satellites for GPS, internet, television, and climate monitoring. High-energy particles from space, whether from solar flares or cosmic sources, can damage these satellites and even affect power grids, like what happened during the 1989 Quebec blackout caused by a geomagnetic storm. If a supernova's radiation were to reach Earth with enough strength, it could mimic these effects on a regional scale. Whether Musk's prediction is accurate or not, the broader conversation he's sparked is valuable. It forces us to ask important questions. Are we prepared for high-energy cosmic events? Do we understand our stellar neighbors well enough? Are we monitoring deep space for threats that could affect Earth, even indirectly? For now, astronomers will continue observing Betelgeuse with a range of instruments, analyzing its fluctuations in brightness, changes in mass, and spectral emissions. While no one can say with certainty when Betelgeuse will explode, we do know this. When it does, it will be one of the most dramatic astronomical events in human history. Whether the countdown is in days, decades, or millennia, Betelgeuse reminds us that the universe is constantly evolving, and that some of the most powerful forces in existence are playing out far above our heads, just waiting for their time to shine. Stay curious, stay prepared, and as always, keep looking up. This is Discovery at 2.0, where the cosmos isn't just distant, it's personal.